Yeah, I tend to forget that when I do it that way, you can hear me. You can very much hear me. So, not that I care. I sing all the time, and I own the rights to that. Actually, I do not own the rights to that song. I don't. No, my niece allows me to use it. That's the way I see it. She wrote it, she performed it, she sang it, the whole thing. I did not do anything. Full version is going to be coming up. Full version is going to be coming up, coming out now that Smitty's studio is getting back online. If you don't know Shane and Matt Smith, you should. Cool dudes. Cool dudes. Not necessarily in recovery, but servants' hearts, man. Servants' hearts. So they may not even see this, but so I don't care. Great studio. That's actually where we started the podcasting, was in studio. And then Corona came and yeah, kind of blew that. But I was still able to podcast, which was pretty cool. Pretty cool. So I usually wait till a 3-minute mark to kind of get going. That's what we will do again. Gives people time and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. You don't want to say too much when you're doing this. Yeah. Because then people lose trust. People can be particular on what they watch, what they do. Right? Kind of be eating. I'm pretty particular when I eat. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. You may not know this, but I'm an alcoholic. If you're here, please say hello. Just real quick. A lot of times when I write professionals and we're talking about recovery, I will tell them, we alcoholics, and I say, yes, alcoholics, we prefer alcoholics over alcohol use disorder. So don't say that to us. I'm informing them. I don't like that. I don't like that. We have our verbiage, and if you want to help in our world, then you need to use our verbiage. It's called meeting people where they're at. That's counseling 101. Counseling 101. One. Oh, one. All right. The eyeballs. How are you feeling about looking people in the eye? Is it hard? Yeah. When I was drinking, depending on who it was, stepdad, no. Never look him in the eye. Not a chance. He could see right through me. And I knew that. Made me very uncomfortable. Right? And I knew that. I knew what was going on. Right? You may not. You may not even have known that that person was disturbing your alcoholism because they knew better. And you knew that they were a person that could help you. But I didn't want help. I didn't want help. Right? Yellow. Did you know that yellow is what you want for an aura? Yeah. I saw Halle Berry once. Yellow. I've never seen anybody shine so fucking bright in my life. Right? For a long time, people were like, "Oh, Halle Berry," and I still don't. She's beautiful, but I don't. It's done in a sexual way, and this is actually the same party that I yelled at Simon Cowell, but I also met Sinbad. Motherfucker's so tall. All right, but Halle Berry, man, yellow. I say she just carries around. She's good through and through, and I can see why people follow her just because of that. You know. Now, when it comes to alcoholism, when it comes to recovery and things like that, what am I talking about here? Because really, those are the people that tend to follow me, right? Okay. Well, the eyes are the gateway to the soul. Hi, friend. Hi, Amber. My friend. My one of my 4 or 5 friends. I don't know how many friends I have. I don't even keep track. Just don't think that way. But the eyes are the gateway to the soul. I can look in your eyes and I know whether you've done the work or not. I'm going to know immediately. I'm going to know immediately because if they're not shining, you ain't done the work. If they're not shining, you ain't done the work, my friend. Because I know what happens to people, even when they're going through arduous things. I know what happens when we go to a meeting. I know the alleviation. I know what it looks. So, and when the process takes hold, things happen to people. The eyes change. Okay? I can use my eyes to send so many signals. I can use it to show you I'm mad, I'm sad, I'm happy, I'm enlightened. There's a lot of times I'm on here, I look up and my eyes are going, swing. All right? They look just kind of weird to me. It's not happening right now, but there are times when that happens. Right? I can sit down with you and know whether you are popular or not in a matter of minutes. And it's all because I've worked with a lot of people and I have a shit ton of empathy, which almost killed me the other day. 2 days ago, the world was fucking mad. The world was just mad. It was too much. It was too loud. Ooh. And it's just come October, it's just gonna get worse. So that's why I'm staying focused on what I need to do. I've been deleting a lot of things I see today. Nope. Nah. And now my Facebook is turning back into people who just do what I do. That's all I really want it for. Yeah. The eyes are going to tell you what's going on. You know, you've looked into somebody else's eyes and you know they're fucking hurting, don't you? You know. Are you going to do something about it? You spot it, you got it. You spot it, it's your responsibility. If I spot it, it's my responsibility. When my friends hurt, I reach out. I do the best that I can. Sometimes I suck and I fuck it up, but I do what I can. And I have a friend, her mom just, I don't know what to say. You know, my condolences, but fuck, words just aren't enough. So I've just been doing everything that I can to send love her way, but just on an individual basis. You know, I put her on my mind, and hopefully, you know, that's gonna. I'm not looking forward to it, right? And yeah, I tend to believe in auras. I see auras. You know, it's part of my it's part of my defense. Yeah. You ever meet somebody and it's just like something's a little off, but you still go along with it, then you find out you were right? Listen to it, man. Listen to it. Your gut is probably correct, especially if you've done the work in the program. Okay. Now, you're not going to be able to do this stuff until you become completely honest with yourself. You'll be able to do it, but the information that you get will be garbled, it'll be faded, and you'll have to work through it. And then I'll come up with the wrong answer because I had to use my brain. See, I couldn't do it because alcohol fogged my brain. So I wasn't capable of doing it, which was one of the hardest parts about drinking, not being able to help other people. because I didn't know how to help myself. And even now, I don't quite know how to help myself. That's why God put people in my life. You know, these things go over. One friend, they're trying to get on a choir, and one turned around. I'm like, you're not supposed to be at that choir then. God's got a different place for you. Those weren't your people. Those weren't your people. Happens to me quite often. Then I find out, oh, God was right. Those were my people. Look somebody in the eye. We have to. Okay. Anytime we do something, right? That's why the reason that I'm okay with sponsoring people out of state is because of Zoom. I can still see their eyes. I will not sponsor just over the phone unless there's an emergency, something like that. But if we can switch over to some kind of video, I prefer it because I can see what they're doing. And the eyes tell me when you're full of shit because they'll dart. Oh no! Yeah, they do. You can't help it. They'll dart, man. They'll go back and forth. There's all these little indicators, and you know them because you did them. So, you know, that's why you can't bullshit a bullshitter. Right? When we talk, you gotta look people in the eye. When when you're in a Zoom meeting, are you watching the person that's on screen? A lot of times I have to have the multiple one because I'm co-hosting or whatever, but I try and focus on that person that is speaking, right? Because I know, especially if I was the last person to speak, I'm the person that's on their camera right now. Yeah. If I was the last person to speak, like, okay, George, you're next, go ahead. I'm the person that he sees on their screen if they don't have multiple view. So what's your job as a host? If you go to a meeting with me, a Zoom meeting, you will watch me overreact on my camera. You'll see it. You'll see me go, yeah. I'll make all kinds of gestures. What am I doing? I'm giving them mental indicators to move on. I'm looking them in the eye. I see what they're doing. Okay. We need those indicators. So overreact on Zoom. Hey, Daryl. Surprise, surprise. Good to see you, man. I'm having fun making that list, dude. Daryl and I are brainstorming on a project. And yeah, you know, and it's nice. I'm not overly excited about it today. It's just, it is what it is. And that's nice. That's nice. I had 4 friend requests this morning. That's a lot for me. I'm just saying. Whenever I do well, they come out of the woodwork. Oh, here we are. It's late. It's a little late. You know, if I've dealt with you in the past and you fucked me, I'm pretty fucking leery of you. You know, so I don't know that I even want you on my Facebook. Right now, what I don't need is spies on my Facebook because I'm doing something very, very, well, actually, I can't say me. There's a lot of us doing something so altruistic. It is probably the most altruistic movement I've done. And I don't want somebody else to pervert it. I want us to come out first so it can't be perverted. So I got to be a little, right? Got to be a little selfish. I do. I have to be very careful on who I tell what. Yeah. So back to, yeah, the subliminal encouragement and understanding that, you know, things are going on. So the eyes, I would say, I don't know how else to put it besides the fact that it's the gateway to your soul. And what is your soul? Is there even a description? Let's find out. Soul. Probably not. OP. There's soulless, but no soul. All right. And what are we dealing with? So for me, here goes the camera doing this crap again. For me, there we go. Fix that. When I'm talking about this, I'm especially if I'm working with a newcomer, I need to look them in the eye. Okay, what does that tell them? It tells them I'm paying attention, and don't do things like it. No, keep your fucking mouth shut in that situation. There's some conversations you can have where interrupt, blah blah, right? Especially with professionals, we interrupt each other all the fucking time. Okay. Daryl found that out yesterday. You get too excited, man. You got to get it off your chest. It's a lot of fun, and when I get excited, man, my blah 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 blah, I will just run my mouth. So when I'm talking to somebody, what am I doing when I look them in the eye? It's a transference. See, you're looking at me. I'm looking at you. It isn't just my words. No, it's my actions too. It's our actions. And she's excited, Daryl. Yeah. Because in her world, God just gave her exactly what she needed to move forward in her own life. Isn't that cool? And we were that. I mean, God will use you in the most amazing ways. Okay? So I'm doing a transference. What am I transferring? Hope. See how my eyes are right now? They're telling you I'm willing to listen. I have them open a little bit more. You can't help but do this. Okay, these are natural human emotions. So I get mad. No. Happy. Just happened again. Yeah. And we don't even know that, we don't realize we're doing it. What are you doing? You're sacrificing a little part of your soul. Don't worry, you're gonna get back. A little part of your soul. It's all it needs. It's hope. It's hope for the hopeless. See, when we get here, we're hopeless and helpless. That's what they say. What is hopeless? Well, we'll get to that. Helpless means I won't ask for it. That's what helpless means for us. Hi, Patricia. Good to see you. Good evening. Right? So, and then when we're no longer helpless and you and I come along, they're no longer hopeless either. And you can't do that with money. You can't. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work for me. It might work for other people, but they're satisfied with this, and I am not. I'm not. No. I have reached every single goal I've wanted to. I'm not done. It means new goals. What were some of my goals? To get rid of my nightmares. I haven't had nightmares in a while. To get off my meds. I'm almost off of them. Remember I went off for a little bit? Yeah, see how hard I'm getting off my meds. Right? Because these are more of the things that stand in between me and the sunlight of the spirit. And when the sunlight of the spirit flows through me, my eyes shine and you have to listen. You have no choice because I've got your soul. You're mine. I will ruin your drinking career and love you. Okay? That's why we should be forever people. Auras. One day, when your eyes are open enough, you're gonna meet somebody that shines so brightly you can't fucking see their face. Okay? A lot of people weren't here in the beginning. The first big aura I saw like that was Halle Berry. Beautiful. And I'm not talking looks. No. Her spirit is so powerful that all she needs to do is walk through a room and people will follow her. I watched it all night. No. No. You weren't allowed to ask for autographs. That's so. This was a American Idol party. I had a girlfriend at the time who was a fantastic singer. Oh God, moved my heart. She wasn't a looker, and she would ask me, "Why are you with?" I'm like, "You move my soul, man. That's a lot for this Virgo." We went out, very tumultuous relationship. It was very unhealthy. So we went out for I think it was the second season, Clay Aiken and Ruben Studdard. Yeah. It was awesome. Wow. Personally, I think Clay should have won. But anyway, so that's what kind of happened. And that's also, we were taking pictures because she won. So you got to take the promotional pictures. And I'm standing next to Simon Cowell. This is a true story, I promise you. All right, my girlfriend's on the other side of Comet Powell. And he's getting mad because the photographer is taking too much time, and he's rude to him. He's like, "Can we hurry this up? I'm in quite a hurry." And I said, "Yeah, can you please hurry up? I don't want to be next to this fucking asshole either." Fuck you. Be rude to him. I don't care who you are. It's true. Funny story. Now, let me tell you something about Simon Cowell. He changed. People can change, man. Yeah, he had children, and now he's a cool ass motherfucker. Yes, he is. I love Simon Cowell now because he changed. But I own him a men, don't I? How well do you think that would work out? Simon, I owe you an amend. I'm sure you don't remember, but he doesn't remember me. I guarantee it. He forgot me 2 minutes later. Right? Funny stories, man. These are funny stories. All right. But it gives you an example of, and I've always been able to see auras. I don't talk about it much because I don't want people to think I'm crazier than they already kind of think I am. And I'm not crazy. Not in the sense that you would call somebody crazy. I'm not. I used to be, but I did a lot of work, right? So exciting stuff, man. This is neat. It's neat stuff that we go through, and the longer you're here, the more you're going to see, the more you're going to hear, the more you're going to be able to participate in something bigger than you that makes the world better. So focus on your neighborhood. Okay? Focus on your community. Sure, I do a lot of stuff. I have more followers online than I do in real life. I guarantee it. But most of my work is done in my community. If I'm not working inside of my community, I am outside of my lane. Am I not? Yes, I am. So if I decide to go to another area to do whatever, I ask. That's it. It is huge, Daryl. It's so big. I think you put it right yesterday. It's the Phoenix concept on steroids. It's the only way I can explain it. Okay. Now, it's going to be hard for me to explain even what we're doing. You've got to experience it. Until you experience it, you're not going to know what I'm talking about. And you're my friends, and I want you to experience it so I'm not so lonely. Yesterday was big for me. You want to know why it was big? Because finally, another person close to me that I respect understands what I'm doing. But I can't explain it. You can't. Until you become a part, you won't see it. It's the hard part. And it's why sometimes I come on here, I'm like, somebody just please, and it comes out, right? Until I sit down with somebody else, start to figure things out. You know, I'm just, I'm, I'm just a dude in Northland trying to make a difference. It's really all I am. Okay, I have a lot of sway, but I worked hard at that. So, all right. From here, it's going to be bragging. So, enough of that. It's cool to think about. It is. All right. So, deep breath. Yeah, and I don't ride, so I don't know. Yeah, exactly. You're right. It's like drums, you know, and everybody's kind of got their thing, right? Um, Actually, I've been getting a little bit older. I'm thinking about that. I'm just afraid I'm going to kill myself. Um, I'm very uncoordinated, but I have a shit ton of rhythm. It's the weirdest thing. I can't walk down the hall, but I can keep a 4-beat all fucking day. It's the whitest thing I've ever seen in my life. Especially with my name. All right. Okay. I got to stop. I don't want to offend people. Okay. Let's just here. Okay. Let's put it this way. No camera. Okay. Dion, voice. What do you think? You're not going to think I'm white. Okay. I don't care. I haven't dealt with it all my life. I really have. There and thank you, Daryl, because you got me. Yeah, thank you. I need to get back in my lane here. Right? Recovery is the same thing. And there are parts of recovery that are the same thing. And that's why I get excited. I'm not excited for me. I'm excited for you. And then I'm excited for me because now you're excited with me. And being excited alone sucks. It's like buying a new car. It's not cool until your best friend sees it. Otherwise, it's just a car. Until somebody else sees it and goes, nice car, it's just another car. Yay, progress. Yay. And I guess it was a little hard for me because I can see it clearly. I'm in my mind, I'm like, yeah. Or all the people we haven't met yet. You can feel it coming, can't you? You could feel it rolling. Okay. It's like a snowball at the top of a hill. We just made a nice little compact and we said, here you go, God. Shove it down the mountain. It builds up speed, goes where it wants, and God has control. As long as we keep to the traditions, it'll work. Now, yesterday in our meeting, we did Rule 62, and they made this super center and da da da. We're not doing that. That's all outside. We are 12 steps. That's it. Everything else is outside. See, AA has we have no comment on outside issues. So therefore, we're separating it. Here, we're AA. And then what are you going to do? You're going to practice these principles in all your affairs, and then you're going to take it into the outside world. It's exactly what we do. That is AA. That is recovery. That is reintegration. While they're there, we can find them primary care physicians that fit. We can teach these people how to be honest with their doctors so they can get on the right meds. Okay. Over the last 4 years, I have been putting together resources that are the best. They're the best resources. And I know because I've used them. Like Overcomers Counseling. I've probably made them more fucking money than anybody else. Okay. And they haven't treated me the best. So. Yeah. Uh-huh. Not tell your story. So I'll put you on my podcast. It's one thing we need to bring back. You're supposed to tell your story on your birthdays. It's an unsaid rule, but you're supposed to. That's what my sponsor taught me. That's what his sponsor taught him. It goes with the 90 and 90. Find a sponsor, work the program. Okay. First year is yours, and then your ass belongs to AA. Yeah. Told you so. All right. I'm so distracted right now that, well, I have a singular focus, and that's kind of nice, but I really would like to do a fucking podcast. Can't find anybody that is willing to tell their story right now. I've been having a hard time finding speakers. I know, but you've already told your. I'm looking for stories. I need more stories. That's another thing I need to get done too, though. Daryl wants to come on with a topic. Leisure wants to do some lives with me, things like that. But I need some new stories. Tell you what I need. I'll tell you what I need. I need black men, black women. I actually have several black women on there. I need black men, LGBTQ. I could use Hispanic. I could really use Hispanic. Okay. But anybody, as long as they've I do have qualifications because you're not going to get your story in 2-3 months. You're not. Give it that year, man. And that way you can tell a story that's worth telling, because otherwise, because the way we tell our stories is what it was like, what happened, what it's like now. And we need enough what it's like now first, if that makes sense. Because otherwise, it's just going to be one long war story. And then I got sober, now I am here at 30 days. And that doesn't provide too much hope. So, and then they feel like they didn't do the job right and things like that. So actually telling your story early can fuck you up. I did put it in the group, but you have more sway than I do, Daryl. It's just how it works, right? I'm a top contributor. You're the admin, right? Like in my group, I have the power. They follow me because they trust me. So when I say things, so thank you. I appreciate that. The way I say it is, I ask that you have 1 year, or if your sponsor says that it's okay. That way it gets qualified first. Because the last thing I want to do is have somebody, usually when it's not time though, they end up they don't show up. But I got better at discussing. So there's a process. I need to sit down and redo the process. All right. I'd say I have a lot of little things to do. Like the AA group, I need to redo the script. I need to redo it. It's kind of crappy. I've been going to some other meetings in here, and okay. I've been hitting other Zoom meetings and stealing their good stuff. Right? Woo! Heck yeah. I would love that. I haven't checked lately, but there's an area in Europe that people listen to, like Scandinavia or something. And the seventh tradition, I haven't set up the seventh tradition yet. The group's losing money. So, All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. That certainly, well, the first 20 minutes was about eyes and auras, and then Daryl and I got quite excited. And you know who you are. If you want to be a part of this, just let me know. Um, the reason I really haven't asked a lot of people is because people are pretty busy, and I need to put something together so that there's something worth for you to take your time to come to. Does that make sense? I have to do that first before I can say, okay, we're gonna grab all these people. Trust me, I got like 20 people in mind, and they all have servants' hearts, and they're all beautiful. Well, you're all beautiful. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. We had a lot of people coming in and out. Dion's brain is kind of all over. I'm gonna go take a few minutes, talk with God, and kind of calm down a little bit. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. I love you. Peace out. And